from South Africa to all of our guests joining us today. My name is Gwena Mabocha, Global Director in SAP's Purpose and Sustainability Marketing team, and I have the unique honor of being your host today. At SAP, our vision is to help the world run better and improve people's lives. We imagine a future that looks greener, cleaner, and more equal than the world we live in today. That is a world of zero emissions, zero waste, and zero inequality. We call this aspiration Chasing Zero, and we are proud to collaborate with organizations all around the world to turn this bold vision into reality. And today's prestigious event couldn't better be suited to illustrate this aspiration, particularly around chasing zero inequality, where together with our esteemed guests, we will launch Africa Code Week for 2021. Now, Africa Code Week is Africa's biggest digital skills program. It creates opportunities for young Africans to learn coding for free and for teachers to be trained on digital learning curricula, thereby reducing inequality by creating digital inclusion and enabling Africa's youth with the skills that can secure their digital futures. So today is October 5th. It is World Teachers Day, and this is an annual event marked by UNESCO in recognition of the invaluable contribution teachers make to our children's future, with the theme this year, Teachers at the Heart of Education Recovery. And this year's celebration takes stock of the huge impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on teachers as well as on students. Now, the fact that many new teachers are lacking in digital skills precisely shows why there is a need to upskill them, because teachers have an enormous potential to help us to bridge the digital divide in Africa. And with our annual Africa Code Week, whose launch today, of course, coincides with World Teachers Day, SAP and global partners such as UNESCO, the Association for the Development of Education in Africa, and Irish Aid are bringing together a wealth of talent to train African teachers and students in coding skills. Now, last year, Africa Code Week reached 1.5 million youth, of which almost half of those were girls. We hosted more than 10,500 workshops across 43 countries and mobilized 21,000 teachers through virtual, in-person, and train-the-trainer sessions. And for today, we have an exciting agenda planned where we are pleased to welcome our esteemed guests from SAP, as well as our partners who share our continued commitment to address the digital skills divide by providing inclusive opportunities to spark interest in coding for Africa's youth. We will also hear from those impacted by the program. So we have some teachers and some students coming on. And with that, welcome to the launch of Africa Code Week 2021. So to commence our proceedings today, I am pleased to welcome our guest of honor from UNESCO, who are a long-standing partner of ours and critical to the success achieved through Africa Code Week. Ladies and gentlemen, to officially open this event, please join me in welcoming UNESCO's Assistant Director General for Communication and Information, Dr. Taufik Jelassi, who will initiate this occasion with some opening remarks. Dr. Jelassi, over to you.
Thank you very much, Gwena. Excellencies, distinguished panelists, ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to address you on the official launch of the 2021 edition of Africa Code Week on the occasion of the World Teachers Day. More than 1.5 years ago, since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, we celebrate today the exceptional dedication and courage of all teachers, as well as their capacity to adapt and innovate and under difficult and uncertain conditions. As the UNESCO Director General, Madame Audrey Azoulay, has emphasized in a joint message with the representatives from the International Labour Organization, UNICEF, and Education International on the occasion of this International Day, teachers are at the heart of global education recovery efforts. They are key in accelerating progress towards inclusive, equitable, and quality education for every learner in every circumstance. In this spirit, UNESCO salutes the thousands of teachers that every year make it possible for millions of young students across the African continent to learn and get hands-on experience in computer coding and digital creativity. It is no coincidence that the teachers, educators, and volunteers who participate in the Africa Code Week workshops also call for young generations to be active in shaping our collective digital future. These teachers, educators, and volunteers believe that understanding information technology, computational thinking, and problem solving is fundamental information literacy skill for young people, as it enables their effective participation in inclusive knowledge societies, which are, of course, increasingly digitalized. Like UNESCO, they work towards the vision that everyone should have access to information and to opportunities to acquire the necessary competencies for turning information into knowledge and turning knowledge into practical value in order for them to have control over and impact onto their life and their well-being. UNESCO and SAP, alongside many international, regional, and local key partners, have been working together since 2016 to support and organize Africa Code Week. This important event is part of UNESCO's Youth Mobile Program, a global initiative that strengthens youth skills and confidence to fully participate and contribute to the ever-evolving digital societies of the 21st century. We are proud that Africa Code Week has become the largest coding event on the African continent. From 2016 to 2020, the program has trained more than 9 million students. 47 of them are girls. The program has delivered thousands of coding workshops in 40 different countries. This is most of all thanks to the dedication and commitment of thousands of teachers, educators, and volunteers. Even with the challenges faced due to the pandemic in 2020, with Africa Code Week persevered, innovating and embracing a virtual learning format to reach 1.5 million students in that year only. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, Africa Code Week a également permis de sensibiliser la région à l'importance des compétences numériques et à l'apprentissage tout au long de la vie. Elle a également contribué à la réalisation des objectifs du développement durable, notamment l'objectif numéro 17, qui vise à tirer parti des partenariats et de la coopération pour accroître le bien-être et faire progresser le développement. Dans le cadre de la mise en œuvre de l'agenda 2030 pour le développement durable, un élément clé de notre engagement à ne laisser personne à côté. C'est notre ferme intention de combler le fossé numérique entre les sexes en renforçant l'autonomie des femmes et des filles et grâce au codage. À cet égard, l'UNESCO a travaillé en étroite collaboration avec SAP et Irish Aid, que je remercie pour leur excellente coopération. Notre vision commune nous a permis de mener des actions ciblées, comme le renforcement des capacités des enseignants en technologie de l'information et de la communication, afin d'encourager la participation des jeunes femmes et des filles aux ateliers de codage. Ces formations de formatrices ont également permis de donner aux femmes actives dans ce secteur les moyens de devenir des modèles et des mentors dans le domaine des technologies de l'information et de la communication. L'objectif à long terme est d'augmenter le nombre de codeuses, de renforcer leurs capacités et de promouvoir leur participation et leur leadership à tous les niveaux de la communauté des technologies de l'information et de la communication. C'est donc un honneur d'être avec vous aujourd'hui et de témoigner de ces résultats probants qui démontrent le rôle crucial des éducateurs et des éducatrices, des enseignants et des enseignantes dans nos sociétés. J'aimerais remercier Mme Kwena Mabodja d'avoir initié la session d'aujourd'hui et je me réjouis à l'occasion imminente d'écouter également les distingués ambassadeurs de Africa Code Week, suivis des remarques du parrain de cet événement, l'honorable M. Albert Nsenguyumva, de l'Association pour le développement de l'éducation en Afrique, ainsi que les interventions de mes collègues de SAP et Irish Aid. Je vous salue tous pour le travail important que vous avez réalisé et je souhaite à nouveau souligner le soutien sincère et continu de l'UNESCO à tous les enseignants et à toutes les enseignantes qui, à travers le continent, continuent de faire preuve de dévouement et d'engagement en défendant les plus hautes valeurs de leur profession. Je vous invite à me joindre pour célébrer le lancement de la 7e édition de Africa Code Week ainsi que la Journée mondiale des enseignants. Je vous remercie de votre attention.
So a big thank you to our honored guest, Dr. Jealousy, for those words and for highlighting the importance of digital skills, the importance of enabling teachers to also reach their own full potential and their role in terms of enabling the future of Africa's youth. SAP is proud to continue our partnership with UNESCO in driving digital inclusion on the continent, and we thank you for your continued commitment and support of this program. So many thanks to you, Dr. Jealousy.
My pleasure.
So up next, we are wanting to engage those that are close to the program, because really Africa Code Week is about being on the ground and driving that impact with the youth that need to be equipped with these skills. And who better to hear from than those that have experienced the program directly and those who are facilitating the program on the ground. And maybe to put it this way, let's hear from the horse's mouth. And with that, I'd like to welcome our Africa Code Week ambassadors who are so instrumental in driving the program on the ground. So I'd like to welcome my ambassadors. Who do we have on board? Please just say a quick hello before we kick off.
Hello.
Hi
Hello.
there.
Femi from Nigeria, Kodrina from Nigeria.
Greetings everyone. Greetings everyone. Sharon from South Africa. Hello.
Hello. So welcome to both of you here. Now, Femi, let's start with you to contend with COVID-19.
Okay, now we also have our superstar youth ambassador.
Okay,
Victory. Great. Yinka, Banjo, round of applause, please.
So maybe, because this is all about youth, maybe let's start with you. You've been on the program as a youth. Maybe you could share with us a little bit about your own personal experiences with Africa Code Week.
Yeah, hi everyone. So my name is Victory from Nigeria. It's awesome to be here, to see all your lovely faces. I hope you're all having a great day. Definitely, I wouldn't even be here if Africa Code Week wasn't so instrumental in my life. From the entire program that I went through, I got to do several things at Africa Code Week. I got to be involved with the African Code Week competition, which was a really fun experience. I got to work with Africa Code Week partners to help drive. I was instrumental in driving different programs that were hosted by Africa Code Week. I personally didn't actually do a workshop in Africa Code Week, but I have seen different people who have gone through Africa Code Week and come out extremely better. I think because Africa Code Week was right there, I was inspired to just keep on going with my coding skills. I was inspired to keep on inspiring other people to become a part of Africa Code Week, to become a part of Africa Code Week's competitions, to become more involved in the world of technology, to become a student here at MIT, So Africa Code Week has just been there, spurring me on to do the things that I'm doing. And it's just been an amazing experience. I really encourage anyone who's watching, who's thinking about joining, to definitely do it. Experiences like this that push you or drive you to your limits, drive you to doing your absolute most, will always bring out the best in you. And that's definitely something that Africa Code Week has done for me. Being able to attend events like this and just speak to people, tell them about my journey and my experiences has also been growth. It has made me grow in one way or the other, because I always think, okay, what can I say to people to inspire them even more? Or what can I bring into my experiences? Or how can I learn from the people that I even listen to at Africa Code Week? And just working with people on the team has been amazing.
Wonderful, Victory. It's so inspiring to hear how Africa Code Week has been such a catalyst for your own growth and development, right? So from Africa to the world. So congratulations, and we look forward to seeing everything that you will achieve with your future plans and career. So next up, let's spotlight for me. So for me, I mean, you are with Codrina, and to contend with COVID-19, we did see a major shift towards digital learning. So could you share a little bit around your particular experiences from a Codrina perspective with Africa Code Week?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon or good morning, whichever part of the world you're watching this from. Good afternoon, everyone. In Nigeria, Femi is my name, and it's been a fantastic experience working with the African Code Week team and doing a wonderful work here in Nigeria. I would say that for us in Codrina, our experience has been such that we have been able to penetrate so much of the the Nigerian space because of the support we have received from the Federal Ministry of Education and from the State Ministry of Education, as well as other stakeholders within the environment. And that support has allowed us to reach out to so many schools, so many students that would otherwise have never, ever been exposed to coding or anything digital through their life, through school. They would have left school and wouldn't have been in front of the computer. But this is what Africa Code Week has been able to do for us in Nigeria. And you know, no little thanks to the great work you guys are doing. And we are just kind of projecting that work here in Nigeria. That's what we're doing. It's part of, we are invested in it. It's part of our hope to take this even way into the hinterlands, into places that have not even seen the four walls of a school. And that's the interesting thing. A lot of them jump on the digital learning even without going through the rudimentaries of basic schooling. So that is the beauty of digital education. Also, the introduction of, my time is up?
Yep, thank you for me. I think we've covered it. You know,
I was just going to point out that the introduction of the trained trainers, the teachers training, that is a magnificent introduction because you're putting the teachers who interact with the students, right, giving them those tools for them to engage with the students continually, even when we walk away from our, weekly activities that week in October, the teachers are there working with the students year in, year out. So it's fantastic. Thank you, SAP. Thank you, UNESCO, and thank you, Irish Aid, for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Femi. And it's really, only through organizations like Codrina that we can really scale these initiatives and get to places where we ordinarily would not reach. So of course, we appreciate as well your input in terms of, taking this program to the people that can benefit from it. So thank you for that. And then of course, today is World Teachers Day, as we've said, and we're celebrating teachers and the contribution of teachers. And, with that, really happy to also bring you in, Sharon, because you are our South Africa Code Week Teacher of Honor. So welcome, Sharon. Really looking forward to hearing your experiences with the program.
Very well, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. I'd like to say thank you so much for this event and thank you so much for everyone who made it successful. So my name is Sharon, all the way from Siafunda City, South Africa, of course. So I'm just a young girl with a sweet voice, mind you, with a sweet voice. So I'm just gonna share a small brief about myself and my journey. So my journey with Siafunda started in 2019. I was that shy lady, that shy young lady over the corner, but then who knew I'd be here today? So I was doing my ITC Essentials course, and then along the way, I was introduced to ACW and coding and robotics. So everything was new. At the same time, it was very, very fascinating. So what I can say is coding is really amazing. People should learn how to code because most of the people don't know anything about coding. They don't know anything. They don't know the programming languages. They don't know anything. So let us bring this events and workshops to everyone, every school, so that they will learn and get the exposure. So in a nutshell, education takes you far. creativity takes you far, and your uniqueness takes you far. So I also train in different programs like She Means Business, showing the community the important skills in every angle, the importance of digital skills in every angle. As you can see, I'm a bubbly person. I love teaching. I love kids. And then, so I know my time is running up. So my goal, my goal is to empower more people, to empower the youth, kids, community, and share my skills with the world so that they can become a best version of me. Thank you once again. Coding is a new language. Every child deserves to be fluent. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sharon. And it's that passion that we need, right? That can really, you know, deliver these skills and inspire kids to look at coding as a future career. So thank you so much to all of our ambassadors for sharing your unique perspectives. So, I mean, up next, we have a wonderful guest. You know, we know that Africa's population is amongst the youngest in the world, but then there's still this digital skills gap that we're seeing, as well as, you know, this impact of COVID creating a necessity for virtual models. So to highlight the exciting world of virtual learning for Africa's youth, I am pleased to welcome our next esteemed guest, Executive Secretary of the Association for the Development of Education in Africa, and our Africa Code Week patron, Honorable Albert Nzengumva. Honorable Albert, over to you.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Honorable Albert, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Over to you, sir. Can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Queno, for giving me the opportunity to participate, and more importantly, to celebrate this wonderful day. On one side, to celebrate the virtual learning that was introduced by SAP through the Africa Code Week, but also the World Teachers Day, because we know as we talk about coding, as we talk about learning, teachers still play a so important role in this regard. Teachers are truly the backbone of our societies. They have the arts and the ability to shape the future of the children who sit before them. The excitement of learning can be passed on, as well as the feeling of being important to a group and to oneself. Teachers are inspirations and role models. And today, we honor our teachers and the role they play as we envision the development of our beautiful continent, Africa. As the pandemic hit the world last year, it didn't spare Africa, but our continent is one of hope and potentials. Challenges are only opportunities if we choose to see them as such. And this is preciously for what Africa Code Week did last year. And I can witness that because I was part of the launch of the Africa Code Week last year, where we celebrated again the achievements, and we're looking to increase the number of countries to actually participate in this wonderful journey. Together with our partners, we have developed an entire ecosystem of online learning ready to deploy to reach our youth regardless of their location. And it's so important again, technology is allowing this. And technology, as I keep saying, has really has been on test in many ways. And I also celebrate it today. The Africa Code Week has inspired community to dig deeper into the virtual world, expanding the reach to the 54 nations of the continent and building excitement as we roll out the very first Pan-African coding competition. And I'm here actually also to acknowledge and to thank all the young people that contributed and competed during this particular competition. Virtual learning is no longer a blurry concept. It is our new reality. The virtual reality is actually happening. and Africa is doing its best to actually be seen and create more visibility in this regard. And even if hardware and infrastructure remain a challenge, and as well as connectivity in most parts of Africa, we can choose to overcome them and train our children on computational thinking and problem-solving skills. And this is really happening through the Africa Code Week. Virtuality has connected us with the world in ways we would have never thought of, connecting Africa teachers with other teachers' colleagues, wherever they are in the world, through the Women Empowerment Program, as an example. Having the 3 winners from the ACC Challenge from North, East, and South Africa together in one event. When we make virtuality a habit, a way of life, we are teaching our children that no problem is ever left without a solution. So we are making them change makers. By doing so, we will inspire them to become the new leaders, the new transformational leaders that this continent badly needs. That way, we will encourage them to design the solutions they need and to foster creativity, innovation at a community level. Inspiration is, after all, what teaching is about. And when we engage in that process, we adults learn as much as we teach. Let our communities learn to trust their younger members. Let's learn from our youth resilience, adaptability, and creativity so that we can rise as a continent and a dream, imagine and design the future of Africa. At this juncture, let me again congratulate the team, the ACW team from SAP, but also ambassadors and these young people that have actually made this opportunity so important. My hope is actually to double even the number of beneficiaries, particularly for this year, 2021, and going beyond. Let me at this juncture again, thank you, and thank to the Master of Ceremony for facilitation, and to everyone for sharing this wonderful platform as we discuss the future of our children. Thank you again. Back to you, Quinn.
Thank you, Honorable Albert and Tengumva, for your perspectives on Africa's youth and the exciting world of virtual learning as an opportunity. And of course, we value our partnership with you in furthering the ambitions of Africa Code Week and look forward to working together to achieve that ambitious goal of doubling participants. So thank you so much, Honorable Albert, for your words. Now, of course, digital is a big topic here. This is why we do Africa Code Week, because digitization is shaping and reimagining how we see the world. And the question then becomes, as a continent, how can we leverage the power of technology to drive growth and innovation for the African continent? And to give us some insights on digitization and how it can help Africa compete on a global scale, I'm pleased to welcome SAP EMEA South President Claudio Maruzabal to give us some perspectives there. Claudio, welcome to you. Please take us through your thoughts.
Thank you, Kenyan, and I'm delighted to be here. Dr. Jalasi, Honorable Albert Senayuya, dear ambassadors, educators, volunteers, participants, let me give you a very warm SAP welcome to this edition of Africa Code Week. We're really inspired to be part of this program. I was hearing you earlier say that this is the largest digital skills program in Africa. And we're so pleased that we can make a contribution to the development of the continent. And just doing this on World Teachers Day makes it even more relevant and more real in terms of what we want to do collectively here for the good of the continent. We said earlier in the program that SAP is aimed at helping the world run better, and in doing that, improve people's lives. We recognize that this could be a very ample definition of what an IT company would want to do. But honestly, this is close to our heart and is close to everything that we do around the world. But we cannot do it alone. And just to paraphrase, the sustainable digital goals, probably the one that better characterizes what we do is number 17. And that's partnerships. How we can embrace the objectives that we want to pursue by having the support, adding up the qualities, the expertise of different organizations around the world. And we're so privileged to be able to work with UNESCO, with Irish Aid, with the different organizations and public sector agencies around the continent to bring this program to life. As has been well said, has already impacted more than 9 million youth in our continent. And what a better way of being eloquent about this than to listening to Victory and how she feels that participating in this program, I would say, has changed her life. So as we move forward, we need to consider that we're not only here bringing coding skills to our young population in the continent. And by the way, I want to thank all the educational organizations in the continent of Africa that have embraced the program and are providing coding opportunities in their curriculum to youth around Africa. But in the end, we're not only educating or teaching our kids how to code technology. It's not only about bits and bytes. In the process of doing that, we bring the soft skills that help them succeed in business, in society, in wherever their life will take us in the future. This is much more than coding language, which in itself, it is very important. But the ultimate goal here is to be an active participant of a unique opportunity that the continent of Africa has. And that is to take advantage of everything that is going on in terms of development and hopefully leapfrog a number of steps and become an even bigger player in the world. And if we can do a little contribution to achieve that, we would feel very fortunate to have been part of that endeavor. We've been a participant of the development of Africa for more than 38 years. You can rest assured that SAP will continue to be in the continent in the long run, and we feel proud to be part of the transformation of Africa. And the 9 million plus kids that have been part of ACW, as you very eloquently call it, has made a great contribution to the future of our society. So thank you very much for your support. We are here, all hands with you, to move forward to bigger ambitions with this program. With that, back to you, Quina.
Thank you so much, Claudio, for joining us and for those inspiring words and for sharing how this program is really something that is close to the hearts of SAP and is a way that we are looking at how we can contribute towards the continued growth and development on the African continent. So thank you so much for those words. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, after all of those wonderful insights, now is the moment that we have been waiting for. I am pleased to hand over to Michelle Winthrop, who is Irish Aid's Policy Unit Director, to officially launch Africa Code Week for 2021 and to also share some closing remarks given everything that we have heard here today. So Michelle, over to you.
Thank you so much, Quina. Good afternoon, bonjour à tous, salam alaikum. It is really great to be with you here today for the launch of the 2021 Africa Code Week. I am particularly delighted to see participants from all over the continent, north, south, east and west. It's really thrilling. It has been such an interesting afternoon, and all of our speakers have really reinforced my enthusiasm for building digital literary skills among Africa's young people. Irish Aid is proud of our association with Africa Code Week and delighted to see it go from strength to strength every year. Even last year, when faced with the challenge of COVID-19 and travel restrictions, Africa Code Week still extended its reach to 54 countries, almost 21,000 teachers and 1.5 million young people. The African Code Challenge winners were inspiring in what they achieved in such a short time and so young. I'm delighted that the 2021 challenge has already started and look forward to hearing about the programs that are developed this year. Many congratulations to Claire and her SAP colleagues, the Africa Code Week ambassadors, Bernard and all at Camden Education Trust, and to all of the volunteers involved. It is also wonderful to have UNESCO and the Association for the Development of Education in Africa as strategic partners in this venture. It is fitting, as others have said, that this launch is happening on World Teachers' Day. This year's theme, Teachers at the Heart of Education Recovery, is so true and so important at this time. Teachers, of course, are at the heart of Africa Code Week, as we have already heard from Sharon. I understand that the training of trainers for teachers has already commenced this year. Over the past 18 months, teachers across the world have had to grapple with distance teaching, often using digital technologies that were completely new to them. The pandemic underlined the need to train teachers to use digital skills in their own teaching and to develop their skills to steer and support their students to achieve digital literacy. Teachers are also key to ensuring that no one is left behind. Irish Aid champions inclusive education. Digital technologies can be a force for change in this regard, and it is heartening to see Africa Code Week include children with disabilities and special learning needs. There is still a significant gender digital divide. There is a large gap in women and girls' adoption and use of digital technologies compared to men and boys. This gap is even more pronounced when it comes to creating technologies. Africa Code Week has increased the proportion of girls involved every year, and we hope that this will continue in 2021. We are pleased to see that the women's empowerment workshops are continuing. Creating a Pan-African network of empowered female teachers and educators will surely serve to inspire girls and expand their opportunities and aspirations. We must unleash the innovative spirit of both girls and boys. That spirit has been epitomized today by the powerful testimony from Victory. What an inspirational young woman. Earlier, Claudio spoke of how Africa can leapfrog into the global arena. We already have many examples of this in education, in logistics, in fintech, with African innovators developing contextualized solutions to problems in their communities. If we can support a generation of African young people with the skills to work together, to communicate, to break down problems and develop solutions, there is no limit to the innovations that can emerge. I am delighted to launch the 2021 Africa Code Week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michelle, for those words as well, and for officially kicking off this amazing initiative for the year of 2021. And we've heard about the empowerment of the millions of learners across Africa and having the human at the core and creating real opportunities for young people on the continent to realize their full potential. And Africa Code Week has scaled, and this would not be possible without the commitment and support of our partners who share this vision of a world where no one is left behind, whether it be young people on the continent, women, or disabled youth. And so, here to talk about a little bit from the SAP CSR heart of things, I'd like to hand over to Alexandra van der Ploeg, who is our global head of SAP CSR, to share a few words from the heart of SAP around this program. Alex, over to you.
Thank you so much, Kwena. Wow, it's incredible what we've already been hearing today, and it's truly humbling to speak after so many of you, our esteemed guests and partners. As Kwena said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexandra van der Ploeg, and I head up Global Corporate Social Responsibility at SAP. You know, I think we all know what Africa Code Week is, right? And we all know that every year the initiative trains millions of teachers and children, giving them a chance to see the endless possibilities that the tech world offers to those who can and want to take them. But Africa Code Week is so much more than that. Africa Code Week is also about sparking conversations around major topics, such as access to quality education for all, and I'm stressing quality quite a bit here. It's about addressing gender barriers, disability discrimination, rurality, and so much more. And by raising these conversations and gathering high-level thought leaders on these topics, we are bringing awareness to the underlying challenges behind digital literacy. Education, as we all know, isn't just about being in a classroom. It is how you access that school. It's about which bus you will take. It's about, can you sit? Can you not sit? Who do you sit next to? Are you safe or are you intimidated? It's who is teaching you, and if you can build a rapport with that person. Can you also identify with that person? It is also about your health and how health is impacting our learning processes. And it's about how supportive the community is. Africa Code Week is about all of that. From the Women Empowerment Program, all the way to coding workshops and train-the-trainers. From one of my favorites, the African Code Challenge, to the Africa Code Week mobile apps that we're still in the process of improving year in, year out. And the countless hours of fun available from the teaching materials that we develop year after year. All of that is Africa Code Week. And it is because we're having these conversations that we can now say, and we can proudly say that, I think for all of us, because this is such a joint effort and we could not do it without you, we are today the largest digital skills initiative on the continent of Africa. All of this, and I can't stress this enough, is possible because we have people and organizations around us who get us, who like us are committed to building a safer and more inclusive world for Africa. On behalf of SAP, I would like to thank all of our partners, Mr. Davide Storti from UNESCO, Mr. Ruari de Burka from Irish Aid, represented today by Michelle Winthrop, the Association for the Development of Education in Africa in the person of our Africa Code Week sponsor, Honorable Albert, the Ministry of Education in Morocco with the incredible Mrs. Ilham Laziz, and please forgive me for pronouncing your names wrong. I know what it's like when my own name is being pronounced wrong, so forgive me for that. Whose hard work, all of your hard work and effort are responsible for making Africa Code Week a national event in Morocco. And of course, all of the ministries of education involved. I also want to thank my colleague Claire Gillison Duval from my team and the Africa Code Week team for a fantastic event and the inspiring conversation we just had. One of the things that I always say is that 1 + 1, of course, equals 2, but 1 + 1 also is 11. And 11 means that together we can drive collective impact that is so much more sustainable than if we did it alone. And that for me is what is at the heart of Africa Code Week, our collaboration that drives collective impact for the good of each and every child in Africa. I wish all of us a very successful Africa Code Week 2021, and thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you so much, Alex, for those wonderful words. I think that, you know, that old African adage still holds, that if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. But this Africa Code Week initiative shows us that with the right public-private partnerships, we can actually go fast and far. to achieve collective goals and objectives. So thank you so much, Alex, for that. And again, a big thank you to all our partners who make this incredible work possible. So we are nearing now the end of our session here today, which has been very insightful and very inspirational. Look, I'm sure everyone can agree that 2020 will be remembered by teachers around the world as one of the toughest years in terms of adapting to new circumstances and technology. And, you know, since its inception in 2015, what we've learned from Africa Code Week is that it involves, you know, it's looking at participants who normally would not have exposure to these coding skills. We also know that coding is, of course, so relevant to all industries in today's economy. And because of that, digital skills need to be constantly updated. And through our partnerships with Africa Code Week, we believe that by sharing skills and knowledge, we can actually empower Africans, both teachers and learners, to take control of their future. And of course, there is little doubt that, you know, teachers are central and key towards that process of rebuilding a post-COVID society, and because they help us to reimagine and shape the future of young people's lives. And in order to do that, teachers will need to embrace the technology that's at their disposal so that students can get the quality education that they need to face the rigors of the digital world. So yes, we're looking at new models of education. We're looking at new ways of driving this impact. We're looking at virtual teaching, but also, of course, it's World Teachers Day. We want to celebrate teachers as being really at the heart of education recovery and, you know, taking programs like Africa Code Week from strength to strength and leading that into a new world. And with that, I would like to close our session by firstly thanking our esteemed guests for their presence, for their thoughts here today. I would also like to thank all of you that are listening in for joining us and participating in the session. And of course, I would like to invite all of you to join us in our goals to drive digital inclusion for Africa's youth by supporting us and looking at ways in which you can join us on that journey along Africa Code Week. So here we go for Africa Code Week 2021. We are kicking off and we look forward to driving even more impact on the African continent through digital inclusion and enabling our youth with digital skills. Thank you everyone for joining.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Great event.
Yay.
Thank you for the support. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Claudia. That was great.
Thank you.
Bye, Femi.
Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, Koina. You were great. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. I'm still here if you want to debrief.
I'm ending this now.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.